Yo guys, welcome back. Today we have Sharen, a descendant that I have never built before, but I am now a huge fan of. She's definitely going to be in my top lineup for some time. Love her mobbing playstyle, and the ambush shotgun bossing setup is not only a blast to play, but so overpowered. We will go over all of that, plus a bossing setup using her skills. This will be the first of many videos to come for Sharen. All of this setup was put together on my Twitch stream. Be sure to stop by for build help, previews of what I'm working on, and help with Colossus kills for viewers. Link is in the description. Now, let's get into it. And firstly, let's get into our ambush shotgun build. We are running the ambush transcendent module. We have our two cooldown mods, MP conversion and nimble fingers, and then two focus on mods for the additional cooldown. The reason for this is because we are trying to spam abilities before the fight for conditional recharge to lower our health as much as possible, and I will show exactly how that works. Past that, we have walk a tightrope because we are getting our health very low, and we want the firearm attack plus 30%, and then we have shot focus for another 15% firearm attack, and I run mid-air fire. This is not a must. It just adds accuracy when jumping. As for our reactor, it doesn't really matter what the mounting is or the skill power. I just go for cooldown and duration up. And as for our set, like I said, the Annihilation set, doesn't really matter what you run on this either, as you are not really using skills in the fight. Just be sure that you have the set on. As for our weapons, I am running a weapon that I can use firing Fiesta, and I choose the Red Wolf. There is not too much reasoning behind it. I just run firing Fiesta and better weapon weight, and we will show how this works shortly after we go over the rest of this. As for our main weapon, it's going to be Smithereens. The substats you want: firearm attack, weak point damage, bonus firearm attack versus Colossus, and firearm critical hit damage. And for our mod setup, we are going with a real life fighter build, and we have made some changes to this. This is mainly focused on weak point, especially for Gluttony, because we are shooting his knee and we are matching the affinity of his weak point. So we have slotted in Overwhelm, and now we are running two weak point mods. If you would like to see the other builds, you can just run fire against him. You will not get as much damage. And this is the base of the build, would be these 8 mods, and then you add in whatever your elements that you want. This is mostly for when you cannot hit the weak points very well. But if you can hit a weak point and you can match the affinity on that weak point with the gun, then this is what you want to go with. As for our executor, which I still keep on me, weak point damage, firearm critical hit damage, firearm attack, bonus firearm attack versus Colossus. And then we just have this set up with a enhancement for each one. I have electric, fire, and chill. And as for our inversion reinforcement, you want to match your focus rounds with what you are fighting. I keep on void resistance, and the only other one I would suggest here would be heightened sensory cells, but we do not want to heal. We want to keep our health low so we can get as much firearm attack as possible. And now let me show what this looks like in action. Put on a demonstration for everybody so everybody understands. Firstly, conditional recharge, the mod that we put in Sharen. So that is to lower our health. So all we do is spam our abilities, and as you can see, our HP is going to drop, and we're going to get that as low as we can, and we are down to 246 HP. And as for the demonstration of what we're going to be doing on the boss, on our way to the boss, we will shoot one shot, so we are ready to reload. When the boss is close to being ready to take damage, we will stealth, reload, swap to our shotgun, and shoot. And as you can also see, we are continuing to enter stealth every time we crit, which is why this build is so powerful. And now let's get into our skill bossing setup, which I did not find too useful other than for Swamp Walker. It is a area suppression build. We have our 2 cooldown mods, our 2 focus mods, our 4 crit hit rate, crit damage mods with dangerous ambush and spear and shield. As for our reactor, I have a cooldown Colossus reactor. I believe that a Colossus crit hit damage reactor would also do very well. And as for our Slayer set, it's very important to have all the MP recovery and MP stats on the substats, and we will go over that for the auxiliary power, max HP, MP recovery out of combat, For the sensor, max MP recovery in combat. For the memory, MP recovery modifier in defense. And for our processor, max shield and shield recovery modifier. As for our weapon of choice, it will be the Blue Beetle. You do not need to build this weapon. It does not need any mods in it. We are simply using it for the unique ability, which I will go over very quickly. When using a fusion skill, grants self the unique ability Arcane Energy with a set chance. Arcane Energy, 100% trigger rate for 10 seconds, and it is giving us skill critical hit rate to the tune of about 20%, and we are getting this when we use our 4 ability. As for our inversion reinforcement, I am using Void Resistance, Heightened Sensory Cells, and Arcade Boost. And now we go over our skill mobbing build. This is a area suppression build. I did try Ambush. I was not too much of a fan. This is definitely the one that I would go with. The mob slaying on this is insane, and Sharen is up there as one of the best mobbers in the game for overall performance and just overall fun. The way this character plays is great. Her skills work great. I love how you can cast and still be moving. She is a very well-made character. As for the mods, we are running our 2 cooldown mods, our 2 focus mods. We are running 4 crit hit rate, crit damage mods, and then I have increased HP. And as for this last slot, I think this is a very good slot to put because you can run HP collector, you can run MP collector, and you can run dangerous ambush. And I find myself switching between them a lot depending on the situation that I'm in. As for our reactor, we are running electric fusion, crit hit damage, and skill cooldown. And for our set, we are using the Slayer set once again on the auxiliary power, max HP, MP recovery out of combat. For the sensor, max MP, MP recovery in combat. For the memory, MP recovery modifier in defense. And for the processor, max shield, shield recovery modifier. As for our weapons, we are running the Blue Beetle. This is simply for crit. I did not build this at all. The only mod I have in here is Defense Master for some defense when we are defeating an enemy. Now for our Voltia, we do use specifically in Void Vessel to break the shields. I am running bonus firearm attack versus Legion of Darkness, firearm attack, firearm critical hit damage, firearm critical hit rate. And I prefer to use Burst Walk. Another option is Sweeping Squad. It is up to you, whatever you prefer. And I do like to keep Smithereens. It is a good boss melter. We are running weak point damage, firearm attack versus Colossus, and firearm critical hit damage. Even though we are not fighting Colossus in mobbing situations, this is just how I have it rolled. And this is the important part, would be the mods. And I usually keep on double electric. If I'm going to do Void Vessel, I will switch to chill. And for our inversion reinforcement, I am running heightened sensory cells, arcade boost, and neural concentration reinforcement. And that covers everything I have for Sharen so far, but we will be seeing her a lot more in the future. Any questions or suggestions about the builds, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe is appreciated. If you're not in a Discord, you're missing out on the best TFD community around. Link is in the description. Thanks, guys. Peace.